the audience at the Apollo is like black love, or it's almost like your parents in a way, and family, where they're cheering you on. They want you to succeed. They want you to thrive. And they looking for that talent. But if it ain't there, they will let you know.
But it makes you better. Please introduce yourself.
Peace, what's up? I'm Common. I'm an artist, an actor, and an activist.
Yes, you are.
And I'm from Chicago, and I love the Apollo. That rhymes.
Yeah.
You know that?
Tell us a little bit about the Apollo documentary.
We're documenting and illuminating, really, how much the Apollo has shaped our lives as generations, when I say our lives. Me, you know, being an artist, a dream of reaching the Apollo is something monumental. It's the aspiration that any artist of any color could aspire for.
Although it is obviously the jewel of Harlem, it really is a global phenom.
Oh, for sure. The Apollo is a good example of what black culture has meant to the world. The artists and the stage and the people that it's given a platform to have helped shape the world.
Yeah.
We got to do Between the World and Me.
Yes. It was the debut of the residency.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing that we were able to create a place and come out, support our own, and bring other people to where we're from. And now, wherever it spreads to is great from there. I love that this theater is still evolving and bringing new ideas and new things about our culture to the world.
Yeah, because it's not a relic. It's not an antique. It is a living, breathing
organism.
Yeah.
The fact that we could take high-level production and great stuff back to Harlem.
Yeah.
Or, like, a lot of stuff sometimes when I'm coming up with ideas, I'm like, man, I want to do this and take it to Broadway.
This was our Broadway, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
During Jim Crow era.
Yeah.
During segregation.
Yeah.
This was our Broadway.
Yeah, it essentially made people have to come to us. The first time I stepped foot in the Apollo was like in the mid-2000s. That was my first time getting to perform here. I felt like the way I feel now, like it's something very beautiful and warm and inviting and magical about the place, like, you know, divine. The Apollo, 80 years plus of all this historical performances, some of the greatest talent the world has ever seen. Being here, we feel it.
Let's talk about something that most people were introduced to the Apollo by. Showtime at the Apollo.
Yeah, watching Showtime at the Apollo was part of our introduction to certain new artists. We felt the ups and downs of amateur night. Like, you was getting all aspects
of our culture.
Of our culture.
That was always a highlight. Yeah. Being here live was being able to boo someone. And you know,
one of the things we forget in this day and age is just to be entertained.
So when you're watching the show, what are you saying to yourself? Because I'm sure you were an artist even as a kid.
Yeah.
And so are you like, oh, I want to get up there, I want to rap?
Man, I really would have, I would have to have my thing together to go on Showtime at the Apollo. And if I was on there, I really would have to find a way to rock this crowd.
Yeah. And you found that way because you just performed a month ago.
Yes.
And you rocked the crowd.
Yeah.
People were on their feet the entire time.
And it was definitely one of the greatest moments for me in my career to be at the Apollo, where I could be like, man, for real, like, that was a great show.
In the Apollo doc, you know, we have so many iconic people, so many great stars and legends. Why do you think people wanted to be a part of the documentary?
You hear Nina Simone say it's the artist's duty to reflect the times. It's our duty to be a good representation and support the Apollo, because the Apollo reflects the times.
We had some really tough times, but we were able to bounce back, and now here we are still.
Here we are.
So, my love, I'm gonna ask you to rub the tree of hope, because you're gonna need some good luck, because I'm gonna ask you now to give me a divine, righteous Apollo freestyle.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the freestyle of hope. Common sense, I gotta kick a rhyme that's dope. Why? I came from where? The place they call Chicago. Now I'm here in Harlem at what? The Apollo. And this is how we do, common sense, you know the sound. Yo, I have to give respect to James Brown. Yeah, he came here, had a funeral, but also did the dances. This is how I advanced this. Yo, I'm taking chances. You can just glance, you know, Bev, you know how I do. Yo, this is Black Heaven. I can tell you, I kept stepping and knowing what'll happen, common sense, I keep rapping. And this is how I do, I gotta speak freely. I think about the shepherd and her name was Kiki. She shepherded these things and all types of dreams, yo. Came to Apollo, yo, with my wings and I did a show, yo. It was sort of free. It was a show called Between the World and Me. You know how it was. You see the Tree of Hope. We did that show. It was by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and this is how it floats. You know I got rhyme live from the Apollo, yo. It's showtime.
Yes! Oh my God, that was good.
Thank you.
You wouldn't have gotten booed off the stage.
All right.